Chapter 7: The Subconscious Nature of Self-Development. Despite the wonders that the human brain is capable of, the simple truth is that the brain's potential is not fully harnessed. The subconscious mind holds the majority, as in 90%, of the brain's capabilities. Obviously, this is not a mere fraction of your mind's potential, so it is definitely something you should not ignore. Accessing and harnessing the vast amounts of capability and unrealized potential found within your subconscious is truly in your best interest, to say the least. Indeed, humans are the type of creatures that are forever evolving for the sake of further betterment and development. Subconscious thoughts are different from conscious ones in that they have a self-developing nature that is predisposed towards keeping our body, particularly our involuntary bodily functions, in optimal condition. The subconscious mind's self-development nature is available to you every second of the day, not only when you are slumbering, and it is always looking for areas or issues where it can prevent damage or provide assistance to your body. The subconscious is always in harmony with limitless motivations, inspirations, and ideas that are easily accessible for you to tap into and use for your own purposes. The subconscious mind does not only receive messages, but also communicates with us through our presentiments, intuitions, hunches, feelings, and instincts. It is forever showing us the way to achieve advancement, growth, and transcendence in order for us to realize greater successes. Humans are also known for their helpfulness towards others in need, which is, in turn, a reflection of our subconscious in action. One example of this subconscious influence on us all happened way back in 1906, after the Great San Francisco earthquake. After the Great Disaster struck, a multitude of disabled, crippled, and bedridden patients left their hospital beds and came to the rescue, executing unbelievable acts of valor and bravery. Despite the danger surrounding them and their physical handicaps, their subconscious mind's influence came through, compelling them to save lives, even though they themselves were at a disadvantage. Such is the power of the subconscious and its well-meaning instinct to help, turning the crippled into heroes in the process, by ultimately making them take such courageous steps they couldn't have accomplished without its assistance. Highly renowned and world-class authors, composers, singers, and artists also tap onto the vast and unlimited powers of the subconscious mind to provide them the inspiration to create, innovate, and change the world with their groundbreaking works and ideas committed to paper, canvas, or song. Inspiration and ideas do come from within, and that wellspring of motivation and encouragement, the so-called muses of ancient Greek mythology, is nothing more than subconscious influence at work. For instance, Mark Twain mentioned many times that he did not have to do much work in order to put his timeless stories and characters to life with his pen, ink, and paper. His boundless and immeasurable data warehouse of inspiration is contained right in his subconscious, which, in turn, provided him with a readily constructed world brimming with wittiness and realism. All he needed to do was observe and write about the moving pictures in his head, chronicling their adventures in his famous writings for everyone's enjoyment. Insight into the two departments of your mind. Nerves interlink your two minds, the conscious and subconscious, together, so that they are not only mentally connected, but physically as well. The subconscious is not just a state of mind, but also a part of your brain directly linked to your consciousness. It is claimed that the subconscious mind is found within your autonomic nervous system, or ANS, while the conscious mind's organ is the cerebrospinal system itself. Conscious awareness is imparted to us via our control over our physical senses, the 5 traditional ones, plus many others not covered in primary school biology. Meanwhile, the central nervous system's control center lies in the cerebral cortex. The subconscious and conscious departments of our brain are both linked to all the major bodily organs, so they are responsible for keeping and maintaining them in peak condition without voluntary awareness or control of the conscious mind. They are all on autopilot, thanks, in part, to the multitasking nature of the subconscious mind. The subconscious and conscious parts of your brain can work together or independent of each other, depending on the situation. For instance, in times of great peril, the signals sent to the brain pass through both the subconscious and conscious systems, so that they can work in perfect harmony to keep you away from harm. The subconscious mind will take care of your bodily instincts before your conscious mind is even aware that you are in danger, thus putting you in a defensive state before you even realize what has happened. The regenerating human body. According to scientists, the bloodstream is replaced every 3 months. As for cells, they are regenerated every 11 months, while every 2 years a new bone structure is developed as well. In a manner of speaking, we are completely reborn approximately every 3 years, because so much about us is automatically replaced, from bones to blood. In a sense, time does heal all wounds. However, the body's regenerative properties have nothing to do with any rebuilt resentment, hatred, anxiety, and other destructive thoughts or negative feelings. That is all you and your own consciousness dragging around past emotional baggage you cannot let go of. It would be such a shame for a person that is reborn every 3 years to still cling onto the unchangeable past while ignoring the immediate present. As such, it is your duty to act and think like you have been reborn by suppressing these lingering negative thoughts with constructive and positive ones. Let the light of positive thinking swallow and overcome the darkness of negativity, its heat removing its coldness. Inundate your mind with positive thoughts, and you will be able to feel refreshed and reborn in mind and body. The majority of humans are born with bodies that function perfectly fine and are free of abnormalities and defects. This normal setting is the default condition that many of us who were born into this planet acquire, and it is our responsibility to maintain this level of functionality, strength, and health throughout our lives. This belief is found within every baby's subconscious. We are born without defects, so we should keep it that way. With that said, it is our subconscious mind that is in charge of protecting our bodies from birth onwards. As infants, whenever we feel cold or hungry, it is our subconscious that alerts our infantile selves of this fact, even though our consciousness is not well developed enough, and many of us have brains too small at the time to recall what happened during our infancy. As such, it is our subconscious that carries the burden of ensuring our survival until our conscious minds develop well enough to shoulder that responsibility as well. Therefore, sickness is an abnormality that should be remedied because it is not proper for bodies which were born without defects to fall sick, weaken, and die. Our bodies are developed to work without illnesses or ailments, and our subconscious is there to guarantee that we have a body that is free of any sort of maladies. If we do end up with some sort of disease or adverse condition, it is typically a result of a break within our subconscious that enables negative thoughts to make our body more susceptible to infection or bad health in general. A subconscious mind that is free of negativity will do whatever it takes, by instinct or by signals to your conscious mind, to keep you safe from harm or possible outbreaks of disease. Even if a virus were to enter your body, a subconscious filled with positive energy will be able to treat that ailment before it can take hold and break down your body's defenses altogether. A case of treating the tuberculosis of the spine. The case of Frederick Elias Andrews was a curious one. As a child, he fell victim to Pott's disease, otherwise known as spinal tuberculosis. Because of this devastating incident, he had to move around using his hands and knees, as he became a physically twisted cripple whose condition was declared incurable by his physician. Andrews had no intention of letting such bad news get him down, though. Instead of accepting his fate, Andrews outright rejected his doctor's diagnosis and opted to pray every day and night religiously. His every prayer affirmed that he was a warm, caring, flawless, happy, and mighty individual who could get through his struggles just fine. Every fiber of his being believed that he would somehow undo the horrors that his spinal tuberculosis had put him through. Eventually, his blind faith and unwavering belief in himself and his fate paid off. His prayers and affirmations not only warded off any destructive or negative thoughts, they also reached right through his subconscious mind, which reacted accordingly and helped his body heal from the devastating effects of his tuberculosis. He did not need to crawl on his hands and knees in order to get around. The twisted cripple that he used to be gave way to a well-built and sturdy young man who could walk on 2 legs without assistance or crutches. Because of his constant constructive affirmations to himself, Andrews managed to contact his subconscious and make it help him subdue his negative thoughts. This provided his body with the much-needed motivation to defeat the illness that caused him to become handicapped and distorted in the first place. The absence of destructive thoughts ensured that his subconscious could help heal his battered body unimpeded because of its receptiveness to his powerful affirmative beliefs. The restoration of Andrew's body is just one of many stories and examples of how we can set in motion the subconscious healing mechanisms that we all possess. No disease or condition is impossible to treat, terminal, or incurable as long as you have true faith and simple techniques within your arsenal. With the power of your subconscious and your steadfast belief, anything is possible. Try this. If you feel as though your belief in the power of your subconscious is not as it should be, then you may want to cultivate habits that will give your belief unwavering strength. Maintain a positive outlook by constantly affirming the following. I choose to be happy today. I choose to be healthy. I choose to be successful. I choose to be at peace with myself and everything around me. Every choice I make is guided by my infinite wisdom, and all will be right. The key to all that you desire in life is your ability to choose. You choose to be healthy. You choose to be successful. You choose to have abundance. Remember that your thoughts have a part in shaping your reality. So all that you have received in life is in actuality the sum of your choices, whether you have consciously made them or otherwise. You have the power to choose, thanks to the spark of the divine within you. That very spark affords you infinite intelligence to bring forth into reality all that you choose to be real. Believe in the infinite intelligence when making your choices, and the knowledge of your subconscious will grant you the assurance of shaping your life as you desire it. Do not refuse or resist the idea of your ability to choose. To do so is to reject the spark of the divine that holds the power to bring into existence all that you choose to manifest into reality.